In another star system, a Pluto-like world survived until the bitter end. For the first time, astronomers have observed something like a Pluto. https://mashable.com. Colliding with a white dwarf. https://James Webb Space Telescope Planetary Nebula Star. The shriveled corpse of a medium-sized star. The white dwarf, dubbed WD1647 plus 375, is about 260 light-years. https://mashable.com. Article, James Webb Space Telescope Planetary Nebula. /mashable.com/article, How long is a light-year away from Earth in space? https: Category Space. Despite its distance, this dead star's realm might have had striking similarities to our own solar system, including something akin to a Kuiper belt, a disk past Neptune of comets. https: Mashable.com. Article, What is a comet? Facts, and icy dwarf planets. https: Mashable.com/New dwarf planet discoverable solar system beyond Pluto, according to new research. NASA, http: Mashable.com/category/NASA. Hubble Space Telescope made the discovery by playing the part of a crime scene detective. By studying the material falling onto the white dwarf, https: Mashable.com/article, High-velocity white dwarf supernova. Scientists could reconstruct what kinds of planets and other cosmic objects, their ingredients, sizes, and compositions, probably orbited the star. Putting other way, the trash around a white dwarf tells researchers a lot about the exoplanets. https: Mashable.com/article, Planets/exoplanets Discovery 2025. I've been absolutely thrilled that we now identified a system that resembles the objects in the frigid outer edges of our solar system, said Boris Ginsicki, the Hubble program's principal investigator and a University of Warwick researcher, in a statement. https: Mashable.com/white dwarf supernova. Article, High-velocity white dwarf supernova. Got uneducated. /science.nasa.gov/missions/Hubble/NASA's Hubble sees white dwarf eating piece of Pluto-like object. Measuring the composition of an exopluto is an important contribution toward our understanding of the formation and evolution of these bodies. The new findings, https: academic.oup.com/mnras/article lookup DOI/1093 suggest icy bodies in the outskirts of a planetary system may survive for a long time after its star has run out of fuel. This may even provide insight into what will come of our own solar system after the Sun. https: Mashable.com/article/FS NASA dies. The results were published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. Normally, when a medium-sized star dies, it blasts away the bulk of material in its system. The Hubble discovery was surprising to astronomers because most would predict the distant icy worlds to be destroyed or cast out long before the star reached the white dwarf stage. But in this case, Hubble observed the debris around the white dwarf in ultraviolet light and saw the chemical fingerprints of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, and water ice, similar to the mix of elements found on Pluto. Because white dwarfs have simple atmospheres, mostly hydrogen and helium, https://mashable.com/article/James Webb Space Telescope. The team knew any heavier elements detected there had to have come from something else crashing into the dead star, according to the paper. Mashable light speed. We know that Pluto's surface is covered with nitrogen ices, said Snehalata Sahu, a University of Warwick astronomer and the paper's first author, in a statement. We think that the white dwarf accumulated fragments of the crust and mantle of a dwarf planet. Still, the researchers can't rule out some other origin. Based on the chemical composition alone, they can't determine if the Pluto-like object was native to the star's system or an interstellar visitor, not unlike the comet 3I Atlas, https://mashable.com/article/interstellar comet 3I Atlas images hurtling through our solar system now. But if this object were a far-flung dwarf planet from the outskirts of its planetary system, how then did it end up so close to the star? As a sun-like star ages, it swells into a red giant before becoming a white dwarf, bloating so much that it either scorches or engulfs. https://mashable.com/article/star-eats-planet NAS, the inner planets. Around the sun, the first victims are expected to be Mercury and Venus, followed by Earth. The Kuiper Belt is a disk of comets, dwarf planets, and other icy bodies outside Neptune's orbit in our solar system. Credit: NASA infographic. By the time the star withers into a white dwarf, the survivors are the gas and ice giant worlds. https://mashable.com/exoplanet survives star death orbits white dwarf in the outer reaches. That's when things get chaotic. In the dead star's shrunken state, it has much less mass and less gravity to hold everything in place. Formerly stable orbits for planets and space rocks could weaken, and any remaining giant planets could shove little icy worlds into extreme oval-shaped orbits, eventually bringing them near the white dwarf. This Pluto-like world likely spent billions of years far from the star, remaining frozen solid. That may be how it stayed intact. But when it approached the white dwarf, it was shredded in one brief but violent episode. Not only does the discovery shed light on what happens to planetary systems when their stars die, it also helps scientists piece together how water and other ingredients move between worlds. Many astronomers believe Earth's oceans formed from comets and asteroids. https://mashable.com/article with water discovered 2023 smashing into the planet. While some scientists believe primitive Earth vented out gases 4.5 billion years ago, creating an atmosphere that allowed rain to fall and pool, others think the larger bodies of water formed because space rocks from the outer solar system brought the water, or at least some of it, because the research team found a lot of water ice, making up about 64% of the Pluto-like fragments. The study ties into bigger mysteries about how icy objects survive and perhaps deliver water in space, the researchers said.